My name's Phoebe, and this show is called As You Like It because, of course, I'm sure you're gonna like it. This is the story of how I married my husband in a quadruple wedding. What? I know, crazy. That's the most weddings of any Shakespeare play. But I thought I would help you get through the super lame and boring and kind of confusing stuff this playwright guy, William, included in the beginning. So first of all, there was a duke, and he ruled over the land in a court full of fancy courtiers. Courtiers are like rich people who don't work, but just like talk in poems, try to get married, and also wear a lot of disguises. It's literally a whole thing. Anyway, the old duke died, but he had 2 kids. The oldest was a daughter named Senior. Senior! Like oldest! Oh my gosh, I literally just got that. And she had a daughter named Rosalind. Or maybe, was it Rosalind? I can't remember. Senior had a younger brother named Frederick, and he had a daughter named Celia. After the old duke died, Senior became the Duchess, and she was pretty great. But Frederick was jealous, and he hated her. So he decided to do a coup where he stole her crown and banished her. But Celia was super besties with her cousin Rosalind, and she begged her father not to banish her too. And he was like, fine, she can stay. But Senior still had to leave, so she left to go live like a nature-loving hippie life in the forest of Arden. Oh, and there was also this other family, and they had a lot of boys, and their last name was like literally the boys. I'm not even kidding right now. The boys. But Frederick really didn't like them because the Du Bois' parents had been friends with the Duchess. Also, the older brother, Oliver, was really mean to the younger brother, Orlando. And when the Du Bois' parents died, Oliver like totally Cinderella'd Orlando and didn't give him any money or education or stuff and was just really mean. Oh, and also he was planning to get him killed. Anyway, that's where it all starts. I hope this play is just as you like it. Enjoy!
As I remember, Anna, my father left me but 1,000 crowns and charged my brother, Oliver, to raise me well. But his horses are bred better. His animals on dunghills are as much bound to him as I. He bars me the place of a brother, feeds me with his hinds, and the spirit of my father within me begins to mutiny against this servitude.
Yonder comes my master, your brother.
Now, sir, what are you making here?
Nothing. I am not taught to make anything.
Mary, sir, be better employed.
Shall I keep your hogs and eat husks with them?
Know you where you are, sir?
Oh, sir, very well, here in your mansion.
I know you before whom?
Aye, better than you know me. You are Oliver, my eldest brother. The courtesy of nations allows that you are my better in that you are the firstborn. But that same tradition takes not away my blood. Were there 20 brothers between us? I have as much of my father in me as you.
What, boy?
Come, elder brother!
What do they have of me, villain?
I am no villain. I will not remove my arm from your throat till the other had pulled out your tongue for saying so.
Masters, be patient, for your father's memory. Be at peace.
Like, goodness sake.
Hear me. My father charged you in his will to give me a good education, but you have trained me like a peasant, and I will no longer endure it. Give me the 1,000-crown inheritance he left me in trust, and with that I will go buy my fortunes.
And what will you do? Beg when that is spent? Well, sir, I'll not long be troubled to you. Get you in! You shall have some part of your will. And get you with them, you old dog!
Is old dog my reward? Most true. I've lost my teeth in your services.
I will physic your rankness and yet give no 1,000 crowns needed.
Oh, Charles!
Good morrow to your worship.
Good Monsieur Charles, what is the new news at the new court?
Why, there's no new news at the new court, sir. But there is the old news, Duchess Senior was banished by her younger brother, Duke Frederick, and 3 or 4 loving ladies have put themselves into voluntary exile with her, whose lands and revenues enrich Duke Frederick, therefore gives them good leave to wonder.
Can you tell if, Rosalind, the Duchess's daughter, be banished with her mother?
Oh, no, for Duke Frederick's daughter and Rosalind's cousin, Celia, loves Rosalind so she would have followed her exile. Rosalind is at the court.
Where does the Duchess live?
They say she is already in the forest of Arden, and a many merry gal with her. And there they live like the old Robin Hood of England, and fleet the time carelessly as they did in the Golden Worlds.
You wrestle tomorrow before the new Duke?
Marry do I, sir. Yet I am given to understand that your brother, Orlando, plans to come in and try a fall against me. You see, I wrestle for my credit, and any man that escapes me without some broken limb shall acquit him well. Your brother is but young and tender. I would be loath to foil him.
I'll tell you, Charles. He is the stubbornest young fellow. A secret and villainous contriver against me, his natural brother. Therefore, use your discretion. I would as well you did break his neck as his finger. And you best look to it. For he will practice against you some treacherous device until he has taken your life. I assure you, and almost with tears I speak it, there's not one so young and so villainous this day living.
Well, I am heartily glad I came here to you, sir. If he come tomorrow, I'll give him this payment.
Very well, good Charles.
God keep your worship.
Now I hope I shall see an end to my brother. For my soul, I know not why, hates nothing more than me. And yet he's kind, and he's gentle, and indeed so much in the heart of my own people that I am altogether despised. But it shall not be long. This wrestler shall clear all.
Rosalind, sweet, my coz, be merry. Dear Celia, unless you can teach me to forget a banished mother, you must not expect me to smile.
Herein I see you love me not with the full weight which I love you. If my aunt, your banished mother, had banished the Duke, my father, your uncle, so you had been still with me, I would have loved your mother as mine own, and so should you, if your love to me were as true as mine is to you.
Well, I will forget the condition of my estate to rejoice in yours.
You know my father has no child but I, and truly, when he dies, you shall be his heir. For what he has taken from your mother by force, I will render you again in affection. By mine honor, I will. Therefore, my sweet Rose, be merry and devise sport. Oh, let me see. What think you of falling in love? This fool, touchstone, shall be our whetstone. How now, wit, whither wander you?
Mistress, you must come away to your father.
Were you made the messenger?
No, by my honor. Though I was bid to come for you.
Here comes Monsieur LeBeau.
Fair princess, you have missed much good sport.
Sports? Of what color?
I will tell you of wrestling, I will tell you the beginning, and if it so please your ladyships, you shall see the end. There comes an old man and his 3 sons, proper young men of excellent growth. The eldest of the 3 wrestled with Charles, the Duke's wrestler, in which Charles threw him and broke his ribs, and so he served the 2nd, and so the 3rd.
Yes, but what is the sport, monsieur, that the ladies have missed?
Why, this let us speak of.
It is the first time that I ever heard breaking of ribs was sport for ladies.
Oh, shall we see this wrestling, cousin?
You must, if you stay here, for here is the place appointed.
Oh, sure they are coming.
How now, daughter and cousin, have you crept over to see the wrestling?
Aye, my liege.
So please you give us leave.
You would take little delight in it, I can tell you that. Because of the challenger's youth, I tried to dissuade him, but he will not be deterred. Speak to him, ladies. See if you can move him.
Come here, good LeBeau.
Master Orlando, the princesses call for you.
Oh, I attend them with all respect and duty.
Young man, have you challenged Charles the wrestler?
No. He is the general challenger. I try but then as others do to try within the strength of my youth.
Young gentlemen, we pray you, for your own sake, to embrace your own safety and give over this attempt.
Do, young sir. Your reputation shall not therefore be misprized.
I beseech you, let your fair eyes and gentle wishes go with me to my trial, wherein, if I be killed, I have none to lament me. I have nothing.
What little strength I have, I would it were with you. Very well.
And mine to eke out hers.
Come! Where is this young gallant so desires to lay with his mother earth?
Ready, sir? You mean to mock me after? You should not have mocked me before.
You so try, but one fall. Get up, Charles, get up! How are you, Charles?
He cannot speak, my lord.
Bear him away. What is your name, young man?
Orlando, my liege, youngest son of Sir Roland de Bois.
I would have been son to some man else. I didn't find your father as mine enemy. I would have been told of another father.
I am more proud to be Sir Roland's son, and would not change that to be adopted heir of Frederick.
Gentle cousin, let us go thank him and encourage him. My father's rough and envious disposition sticks me at heart. Sir, you have well deserved.
Gentlemen, wear this for me.
Fare you well, fair gentlemen.
Can I not say I thank you? My better parts are all thrown about, but what remains here is a quintain, a mere lifeless block.
He calls us back? I'll ask him what he would. Did you call, sir? Sir, you have wrestled well and overthrown more than your enemies.
Oh, come, Rosalind, will you go? 'Cause
I'm with you. Very well.
What weight hangs these weights upon my tongue? I cannot speak, and yet she urged conference. Oh, poor Orlando, you are overthrown.
Good sir, I do in friendship counsel you to leave this place. Although you have deserved high commendation, true applause, and love, it is the Duke's condition that he mistrusts all that you have done.
I thank you, sir. Pray you tell me this. Which of the two was daughter to Frederick?
Neither are like him, if we judge by manners, but indeed the smaller is his daughter. The other is the daughter of the banished Duchess Senior, but I can tell you that Duke Frederick has taken against his gentle niece for no other reason than that the people praise her for her virtues, pity her for her mother's sake. And on my life, his mouth against the Lady Rosalind will suddenly break forth. Sir, fare you well.
I rest much bounden to you. Fare you well. Thus must I, from smoke into smother, from tyrant duke unto tyrant brother. But heavenly Rosalind!
Rosalind, cuz, have mercy. Is it possible on such a sudden you should fall into so strong a liking with old Sir Roland's youngest son?
My parents both loved his father, old Sir Roland.
Well, does it therefore ensue that you should love his son? By this kind of chase I should hate him, for my father hated his father dearly. Yet I hate not Orlando.
Oh, you love him because I do.
Oh, look, here comes the Duke with eyes full of anger.
Mistress, dispatch you with your safest tasting. Get you from our court.
Me, uncle?
You, niece. Within these 10 days, if you are found so near a public court as within 20 miles, you will die for it.
I do beseech your grace. Give me the knowledge of what fault you bear me.
Let it suffice you that I trust you not.
Yet your mistrust cannot make me a traitor. Tell me whereon your suspicion depends.
You are your mother's daughter. There's enough.
Well, so was she when your highness took his dukedom? So was she when your highness banished her mother. Treason is not inherited, and her mother was no traitor.
We stayed her for your sake, else had she with the mother also gone.
I did not then entreat to have her stay. It was your pleasure. If she be a traitor, why so am I. We are inseparable.
Come, daughter. She's too subtle for you, and her smoothness speaks. She robs you of your name, and you will show more bright when she is gone. Firm and irrevocable is my doom, which I have passed upon her. She is banished.
Well, pronounce that sentence then unto me, father. I cannot live without her.
You are a fool. You, niece, provide yourself. If you outstay the time, upon mine honor and in the greatness of my word, you die.
Oh, my poor Rosalind. Pray you be cheerful. Don't you know the Duke has banished me, his daughter?
He has not.
No? Shall we be sundered? No, let my father seek another heir, for I'll go with you.
But where shall we go?
To seek my aunt, your mother, in the forest of Arden. But alas, what danger will it be to us maids as we are to travel forth so far? I mean, beauty, as such, it does provoketh thieves sooner than gold. I could put myself in poor and mean attire, and with a kind of umber smirch my face. You do the same, so then we could pass along and never stir assailants.
Were it not better that I did suit me all points like a man? Your brother, perhaps?
Well, what shall I call you when you are a man?
Have no worse a name than Jove's own page, so Ganymede. Oh, but what will you be called?
Something which has reference to my state. No longer Celia, but Alien. No. Alien.
Cousin, what if we steal the clownish fool Touchstone from your father's court? Would he not be a comfort to our travel?
Oh, he'll go o'er the wide world with me. I'll speak with him. No, that's a way. We go to liberty and not to banishment.
The ball! Can it be possible that no one saw Celia leave with Rosalind?
The ladies, her attendants, saw her bed, but in the morning early they found the bed untreasured of their mistress. The princess's handmaid says that she secretly overheard your daughter and her cousin commend the wrestler Orlando that lately foiled Charles. They believe wherever they have gone, that youth is surely in their company. Also visiting my lord is the clown Touchstone, at whom so oft your grace was wont to laugh.
Send to Orlando's brother, Oliver. Fetch that gowns hither. I'll make him find his brother. Do this subtly, and let not search fail to bring again these foolish runaways.
Oh, dearest master, oh, what a world is this.
Why? How now, Anna?
Oh, unhappy youth, your praise has come too swiftly home before you. Know you not, master, to some men, their praise serves them but as enemies? Do not enter. Your brother this night means to burden the lodgings where you used to lie, and you within them. Do not come in. I overheard him in his practices.
Why? Where, Anna, would you have me go?
No matter where, so long as not here.
What, would you have me go and beg my food?
But do not so. I have with me 500 crowns retirement I saved under your father. These I give to you. I may be your servant.
Oh, good old woman. You are not for the fashion of these times, where none but sweat for promotion, but you, poor old woman, you prune a rotten tree that cannot so much as blossom lute and yield of all of your pains and husbandry. But we'll come along together, and ere we'll have your youthful wages spent and come to some simple way to earn a wage.
Master gone, and I will follow you to the last gasp of truth and loyalty.
Get up for my spirits, my legs were not weary.
I pray you bear with me. I can go no further.
For my part, I would rather bear with you than bear you.
Well, this is the forest of Arden.
I know, the more fool I. When I was at home, I was in a better place.
but travelers must be content.
Aye, be so, good touchstone. Oh, look at who comes here. A young man and an old woman in solemn talk.
That is the way to make her scorn you still.
Oh, Corin, that you knew how I do love her.
I partly guess, for I have loved ere now.
No, Corin, being old, you cannot guess. Though in your youth, you are as true a lover as ever sighed upon a midnight pillow. But if your love were ever like to mine, how many actions most ridiculous have you been drawn to by your fantasy?
Into 1,000 that I have forgotten.
Oh, you did then never love so heartily. For, if you remember not the slightest folly that love did ever make you run into, you have not loved. Or, if you have not stood, wearying your hearing your beloved's praises, as I do now indeed, you have not loved. Or, if you have not broke from company abruptly, as my passion now makes me, you have not loved. Oh, Phoebe, Phoebe, Phoebe!
I pray you, one of you, question yon woman, if she forgo to give us any food. I faint almost to death.
Holla. You clown.
Fool! She's not your kinswoman.
Who calls there?
Your bet.
She's safe.
Good evening to you, friend.
And to you, gentle sir. And to y'all.
I pray you, shepherdess, bring us where we may rest ourselves and feed. Here's a young maid with travel much oppressed, and faints for succor.
Fair sir, I pity her and wish my fortunes were able to relieve her, but I am shepherdess to another woman, and do not shear the fleeces that I graze. My mistress is of churlish disposition. Besides, her coat, her flocks, and downs of feed are now on sale, and at her sheepcote, by reason of her absence, there's nothing you'll feed on. But what is, come and see, and in my voice, most welcome you shall be.
I pray you, buy you the cottage, the pasture, and the flock, and you shall have to pay for it of us.
And we will mend your wages. I like this place, and I willingly could waste my time in it.
Assuredly the thing is to be sold. Go with me.
My co-mates and sisters in exile, hath not the old custom made this life more sweet than that of painted palm? And this, our life, exempt from public haunt, finds tongues and trees, books and running brooks, sermons and stones, and good in everything. I would not change it.
Happy is your grace that can translate the stubbornness of fortune in so quiet, so sweet a style.
Come, shall we go poach some medicine from my brother, the Duke's lands? And yet it pains me that the poor dapper fools should have their haunches gored.
My lady, the melancholy Jacqueline, grieves at that. Today, I stole behind her as she lay in an oak, the which place a poor stag that from the hunter's aim had taken a hurt did come to languish.
But, Lady Amiens, did Jacqueline not moralize this spectacle?
Oh, yes. Into 1,000 similes. Oh boy. First, for her weeping into the needless stream. Poor dear, quoth she, your death is a sacrifice for your freedom. You give your sum of mortal those who took too much. Then, another herd, full of pasture, jumps along by the dead deer and never stopped to greet it. I, quoth Jacqueline, sleep on
you fat and greasy citizens, it's just the fashion. Wherefore would you look upon that poor and broken, bankrupt there? Thus, most invectively, she pierces through the body of country, city, court, yea, and of this, our life, swearing that we are mere usurpers, tyrants, and what's worse, to fright the animals and to kill them up in their assigned and native dwelling place.
And did you leave her in this contemplation?
I did, my lady, weeping and commenting upon the sobbing deer.
Show me the place. I love to find her in these sullen fits, for then she's full of drama.
I'll bring you to her.
Master, I can go no further. I die for food.
Why? How now, Anna? No greater heart in thee! Hear thyself a little. Is this uncouth forest field anything savage? I will bring it to you for food. Come, let me bear you to some shelter. But you shall not die for a lack of dinner.
I think Jacquees be transformed into a beast, for I can nowhere find her.
My lady, she's but even now gone hence. Here is she merry, hearing of a song.
If the melancholy Jacquees grow musical, we shall all have shortly discord in the spheres. How now, my lady? Why, you look merrily!
A fool! A fool! I met a fool in the forest, a motley fool named Touchstone, who laid him down and basked to the sun, railing on Lady Fortune and good terms. Good morrow, fool, quoth I. No, ma'am, quoth he. Call me not fool till heaven hath sent me fortune. And then he drew a dial from his poke, and looking upon it with lackluster eye, he says very wisely, "It is 10 o'clock. And thus you may see how the world wags. An hour ago, it was 9. And an hour more, 'twill be 11. And so from hour to hour we ripe and we ripe.
That's so nice.
And from hour to hour, we rot and we rot.
That's disgusting.
And there my head's tail.
Why, what fool is this?
One that has apparently been a courtier, and in whose brain has strange places filled with observation. Oh, that I were full. Give me leave to speak my mind, and I would through and through cleanse the foul and infected body of this world.
Forbear me no more!
Why, I make none yet.
Nor shall not till necessity be served.
Aren't you thus boldened, man, by your distress, or else rude despiser of good manners, that in civility you seem so empty?
You touched my vein at first. The thorny point of bare distress has taken from me this show of smooth civility. But forbear, I say.
What would you have for your gentleness? Shall force more than your force move us to gentleness?
I almost die for food. Let me have it.
Sit down and feed, and welcome to our table.
There is a poor old woman who after me has weary a many step limped. Till she be first sufficed, I will not touch a bit.
Go find her out. We will nothing waste till your return.
I thank you. Be blessed for your good comfort.
You see that we are not all alone unhappy. This wide and universal stage presents more woeful pageants than the scene wherein we play.
Well, all the world's a stage, and all the men and women, they're merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts. At first, the infant, kneeling and puking in the nurse's arms. And then, the whining schoolboy, with his satchel and his shiny morning face creeping like snail, unwillingly to school. And then, the lover, sighing like furnace with a woeful ballad made to his mistress's eyebrow. And then, the soldier, full of strange oaths and bearded like the pard, jealous and honored and quick and sudden, seeking to bubble reputation even in the cannon's mouth. And then, the justice, and fair and round belly, with good capon lines, his eyes severe, and beard of a formal cut, full of wide saws and modern instances. The sixth age shifts. It's a lean and slippered pantaloon with spectacles on nose and pouch on side. His youthful hose well saved, and a world far too wide for his strong shrink. His big, manly voice turning again into childish treble, pipes and whistles in his sound. And then, the last thing of all, it's a strange and eventful history. The second childishness, and mere oblivion. Sun's teeth, sun's eyes, sun's taste, sun's everything.
Welcome. Set you down your venerable burden here, and let her feed.
I thank you most for her.
I scarce could speak to thank you myself. Fall to. Some music, and can we hear a song?
Blow, blow, thou winter wind, thou art not so unkind as man sing gratitude. Thy tooth is not so keen. Blow, blow, thou winter wind, thou art not so unkind as man sing gratitude. Thy tooth is not so keen, because thou art not seen, although thy breath be rude. I owe unto the green colony, most trenches hanging, most lovely, clear volley, and high old holly, the sign so jolly, the high old holly, the sign so jolly.
If you are Sir Roland's son, as you have whispered faithfully you are, be truly welcome here, crying the Duchess that loved your parents dearly. The rest of your story, come to my cave and tell me. Good old woman, be right as welcome as your master is. Support her by the arm. Come along, and let me the rest of your fortunes understand.
return you no more in our territory. All things and lands that you call yours, do we cease into our hands until you, by your brother's mouth, are acquitted of what we think against you.
Oh, but that your highness knew my heart in this, for I have never loved my brother in my life.
More villain, that. Well, push him out the doors and let my officers seize his lands. Do this expediently and turn them out.
Hang there my verse in witness of my love. Oh, Rosalind, these trees shall be my books, and in their barks my thoughts I'll character, that every eye in which this forest looks shall see your virtue witnessed everywhere. Run, run, Orlando, carve on every tree the fair, the chaste and unexpressive sea.
And how like you this shepherd's laugh, Master Touchstone?
Truly, shepherdess, it is a good life. But as it is a shepherd's life, it is not. In respect it is in the fields, it pleases me well. In respect it is not the court, it is tedious. Have any philosophy in you, madam?
No more but that I know the more one sickens, the worse it easy is. And he that wants money, means, and content is without 3 good friends. That good pasture makes fat sheep, and that it cause the night, it's lack of the sun.
A natural philosopher. Wast ever in court, madam?
No, truly.
Then you are damned.
For not being at court, your reason.
Why, if you were never in court, you never saw good manners. If you never saw good manners, your manners must be wicked, and wickedness is sin, and sin is damnation. You are in a perilous state, madam.
Not a bit, Touchstone. Those that are good manners at the court are as ridiculous in the country as the behavior of the country is most mockable at the court. You have too courtly a wit for me. I'll rest.
Wilt you rest down?
Sir, I am a true laborer. I earn that I eat, get that I wear, envy no man's happiness. And the greatest of my pride is to see my ewes graze and my lambs suck. Here comes young Master Ganymede, my new mistress's brother.
From the east to western end, no jewel is like Rosalind. Her worth being mounted on the wind, through all the world bears Rosalind. All the pictures fairest lined are but black to Rosalind. Let no face be kept in mind but the fair of Rosalind.
I will rhyme you so 8 years together. Dinners and sleeping hours accepted.
Out, fool.
For a taste. If a heart do lack a hind, let him seek out Rosalind. If the cat will after kine, so be sure will Rosalind. Wintered garments must be lined, so must slender Rosalind. Sweetest nut has sourest rind, such a nut is Rosalind. That is the very false gallop of verses. Why do you infect yourself with it?
Peace, you dull fool. I found them on a tree.
Truly, the tree yields bad fruit.
Peace, here comes my sister reading. Stand aside.
Why should this a desert be? Tongues I'll hang on every tree. Some of violated vows, and upon the fairest boughs will I, Rosalinda, write. The quintessence of every sprite, Cleopatra's majesty, sad Lucretia's modesty, Rosalind of many parts, of many faces, eyes, and hearts. Heaven would that she these gifts should have, and I to live and die her slave.
Oh, what tedious homily of love!
How now? Corn, go off a little. Go with her, Sirrah.
Come, shepherdess, let us make an honorable retreat.
Didst you hear these verses?
Oh yes, and more too, for some of them had in them more feet than the verses would bear.
But didst you hear how thy name should be hanged and carved upon these trees?
Look at what I found on a tree. I was never so bribed.
Know you who has done this?
I prithee, who?
And a chain that I once wore. Then you once wore. Now he wears. Change you color?
Nay, but who is it?
Is it possible?
I pray you now, tell me who it is.
It is young Orlando that tripped up the wrestler's heels and your heart both in an instant.
Orlando?
Orlando!
Alas the day! What shall I do with my pants and my hat? What did he when you saw him? What said he? How looked he? Where went he? What makes he here? Did he ask me? Where remains he? How parted he with you? And when shalt thou see him again? Does he know that I am in this forest and in a man's apparel?
Would he especially as he did the day he wrestled? Answer me in one word. You must bar me Gargantua's mouth first. It's a word too great for any mouth of this age's size.
Proceed.
He was furnished like a hunter.
He comes to kill my heart.
I would sing my song without an interruption.
Do you not know I am a woman? When I think, I must speak.
Oh, soft. Comes he not here?
It's him. Slink by and note him. I thank you for your company, but good faith, let's meet as little as we can.
I do desire that we may be better strangers.
I pray you, mar no more trees by writing love songs in their barks.
I pray you mar no more of my verses by reading them ill-favoredly.
Rosaline, you spell like 5 different ways. What is your love's name?
Rosalind.
Well, you know what? I do not like her name.
Pleasing you was not thought of while she was christened.
Well, what stature is she of?
As high as my heart.
Alas, you are full of pretty answers, but the worst fault you have is to be in love.
It's a fault I will not change for your best virtue. I am weary of you.
By my troth, I was seeking for a fool when I found you.
She is drowned in the brook. Look but in and you shall see her.
You have a nimble wit. I'll tarry with you no longer.
I am glad of your departure. Adieu, good Mistress Melancholy.
Farewell, good Senior Love.
I'll speak to him like a saucy lackey. I'll play the knitting with him. Do you hear, Forester?
Very well, what would you?
What is it o'clock?
There's no clock in the forest. You should ask what time of day.
Oh, then there is no true lover in the forest. Else, sighing every minute and groaning every hour would detect the lazy foot of time as well as a clock.
Are you a native of this land? Your accent is something much more refined than you could find in such a removed dwelling.
I have been told so. But indeed, an old religious uncle of mine taught me to speak. He knew courtship well. I have heard him read many lectures against it, And I thank God I am not a woman. To be touched with so many giddy offenses, as he has generally taxed their whole sex withal.
Do you remember any of the principal evils he laid to them? Recount some of them.
No. I will not cast away my counsel, but on those that are sick. There is a man haunts the forest that abuses our young plants with carving Rosalind in their barks. If I could meet that fancy monger, why, I would give him some good counsel.
I am that love-shaken he. I pray you tell me your uncle's remedy.
Oh, there are none of my uncle's marks in you. He taught me how to know a man in love. I am sure you are not.
What were his marks?
A lean cheek, which you have not. A sunken eye, which you have not. Your hose should be ungartered, your sleeve unbuttoned, your shoe untied, and everything about you demonstrating a careless desolation. You are no such man. You are rather on point of ice in your accoutrements. As loving yourself than seeming the lover of any other.
Good youth, I would I could make you believe that I love.
Me believe it? You may as soon make her that you love believe it.
A fair youth, by the hand of Rosalind, I swear to you, I am that unfortunate he.
But are you so much in love as your rhymes speak?
Neither rhyme nor reason can express how much.
Love is merely a madness. And I do suggest curing it by counsel.
Did you ever cure any cells?
Oh, yes. One. And in this manner, he was to imagine me his love. And I sent him every day to woo me. Which time would I, being but a moonish youth, be changeable, proud, shallow, full of tears, full of smiles, would then like him, then loathe him, then weep for him, then spit at him, that I drove my suitor from his mad humor of love to a living humor of madness. Thus I cured him.
I would not be cured so.
Oh, I could cure you if you would but call me Rosalind and come every day to my cot and woo me.
You know what? By the faith of my love, I will. Tell me where it is.
Come with me to it, and I'll show it you. And by the way, you shall tell me where in this forest you live. Will you go?
With all my heart, Ganymede.
Oh, nay! You must call me Rosalind. Oh, come, sister. Will you go?
Come, good Audrey. Am I the man yet? Does my simple feature content you?
Your features? Lord warrant us, what features?
Why, I am here with you and your goats. As the poet Ovid was among the Goths. Truly I would the gods had made you poetical.
I do not know what poetical is. Does it mean truthful?
No, truly, for the truest poetry is the most fading.
Do you wish then that the gods had made me poetical?
I do truly, for you swear to me you are honest. Now if you were a poet, I might have some hope you didst lie.
Well, I'm not fair, and therefore I'll pray the gods make me honest.
Truly, but to cast away honesty upon a foul slut would to be like putting good meat into an unclean dish.
I am not a slut, though I think the gods I'm foul.
Well, praise to be the gods for your foulness. Sluttishness may come hereafter, but be it as it may be, I will marry you. And to that end, I have been to the vicar more text of the next village. And were better to be married of him than of another, for he is not like to marry me well. And not being well married, it is a good excuse for me hereafter to leave my wife.
Will the gods give us joy?
Come, sweet Audrey, we must be married, or we must live in Baudry.
Never talk to me, I will weep. Do, I pray you. But yet, have the grace to consider that tears do not become a man. But have I not cause to weep? Why did he swear he would come this morning and comes not? Nay, certainly. There is no truth in him.
Do you think so?
Yes, truly. For his verity in love, I think him a worm-eaten nut. Not true in love? The oath of a lover is no stronger than the word of a tapster. Oh, that's a brave man. He writes brave verses, swears brave oaths, and breaks them bravely. Athwart the heart of his lover. Oh, but look who comes here.
Mistress Master, you have often heard of the young shepherd who complained of love, praising the proud, disdainful shepherdess that was his mistress. If you would see a passion truly played between the pale complexion of true love and the red glow of scorn and proud disdain, when's a little.
Come, let us remove. The sight of lovers feeds those in love.
Phoebe, do not scorn me. Do not, Phoebe. Say that you love me not, but say not so in bitterness. The executioner falls not the axe upon the humble neck, but first begs pardon. Will you be sterner than he that lives and dies by bloody drops?
I would not be your executioner. I fly you, for I would not injure you. You tell me there is a murder in mine eye? Now I do frown on you with all my heart. Show me the wound mine eye has made in you. Mine eyes hurt you not, nor I am sure there is no force in eyes that can do hurt.
Dear Phoebe, if ever you meet in some fresh cheek the power of fancy, then you shall know the wounds invisible that love's keen arrows make.
But till that time come not you near me. And when that time comes, afflict me with your mocks. Pity me not, as till that time I shall not pity you.
Why not, I pray you? What, though you have no beauty, must you be therefore proud and pitiless?
You're hot.
Why, what means this? Why do you look on me? Lord's my will. I think she means to tangle my eyes too. No, faith, proud mistress, hope not after it. And you foolish shepherd, wherefore do you follow her? You are 1,000 times a proper man than she a woman. It's such fools as you that make the world full of ill-favored children. But, mistress, know yourself. Thank heaven, fasting for a good man's love. For I must tell you, friendly in your ear, sell when you can. You are not for all markets. Take his offer.
Sweet youth, I pray you chide a year together. I would rather hear you chide than this man will.
I pray you, do not fall in love with me.
Too late.
For I am falser than vows made in wine. And besides, I like you not. Shepherd, ply her hard. Come, sister.
Sweet Phoebe.
Huh? What say you, Sylvius?
Sweet Phoebe, pity me.
Why, I do pity you, gentle Sylvius.
But since you talk of love so well, your company, which was once irksome to me, I will endure. And I'll employ you too. But do not look for further payment than your own gladness that you are employed. Do you know the youth that spoke to me just now?
Not very well, but I have met him oft, and he has met the bounds and house that the old rancher was once master of.
Think not I love him, though I ask for him. He's but a peevish boy. Yet he talks well. But what care I for words? Yet words do well when he who speaks them pleases those that hear. A pretty youth. Not very pretty. But sure he's proud. And yet his pride becomes him. He'll make a proper man. He is not very tall. Yet for his years he's tall. His leg is but so-so. And yet it's well. There be some women, Sylvia's, had they marked him in parcels as I did, would have gone near to fall in love with him. Yet, for my part, I love him not, nor hate him not. But I have more cause to hate him than to love him. For what had he to do to scorn at me? And now I am remembered, chide at me? I marvel I answered not again. I'll write to him a very taunting letter, and you shall bear it. Will you, Sylvius?
Phoebe, with all my heart.
I'll write it straight. I'll be bitter with him in passing short. Go with me, Sylvius.
Shakespeare? Ah, you, pretty lady, over here. I pray let me be better acquainted with you.
Oh, they say you are a, melancholy lady?
Oh, I am so. I do love it better than laughing. It's good to be sad and say nothing.
Why then it is, good to be a post.
I have neither the scholars' melancholy, nor the musicians, which is fantastical, nor the courtiers. But it is a melancholy of mine own, compounded of the contemplation of my travels.
Oh, a traveler. Oh, by my faith, you have great reason to be sad. I fear you have sold your own lands to pay for your travels.
Yes, I have gained my experience.
And your experience makes you sad. I had rather have a fool and travel too.
Good day and happiness, dear Rosalind.
Nathan, God be with you. Talk in blank verse. Yeah.
Farewell, Mrs. Traveler. Why, how now, Orlando, where have you been all this while?
Dear Rosalind, I'm come within an hour of my promise.
Grant you an hour's promise in love.
Pardon me, dear Rosalind.
Nay, if you be so tardy, come no more in my sight. I'd rather be wooed of a snail.
Of a snail?
Aye, of a snail, for though he comes slowly, he carries his house on his head. A better offer, I think, than you make a woman. Now come, woo me, for now I'm in a holiday humor, and like enough to consent.
Then love me, Rosalind.
Yes, faith, will I, Fridays and Saturdays and all.
Wilt you have me?
Yes, and 20 more.
What?
Are you not good?
I hope so.
Well then, can one desire too much of a good thing?
But now come, sister. You... Not right now. You shall be the priest and marry us. Give me your hand, Orlando.
May you marry us.
I cannot say the words. You must begin, will you, Orlando? Go to... Will you, Orlando, have to wife this Rosalind?
I will.
I'm when?
Why now, as soon as she can marry us.
Then you must say, I take thee, Rosalind, for wife.
I take thee, Rosalind, for wife.
And I take you, Orlando, to be my husband. Now tell me, how long would you have her after you possessed her?
Forever and a day.
Say a day without the ever. I will be more jealous of you than a rooster over his head, more clamorous than a parrot against rain, more newfangled than an ape, more giddy in my desires than a monkey. I will weep for nothing when you are disposed to be merry and laugh like a hyena when you are inclined to sleep.
But will my Rosalind do so?
By my life, she will do as I do.
For 2 hours, I must leave thee. I must return the Duchess that hair. By 2 o'clock, I will return.
Aye, go your ways. I knew what you would prove. 2 o'clock is your hour?
Aye, sweet Rosalind.
By my life, if you come 1 minute behind your hour, I will think you unworthy of her you call Rosalind. Therefore beware my censure and keep your promise.
With no less relation than if you were indeed my Rosalind. Adieu.
Adieu. You have insulted women with this charade. I ought to knock off your hat and show the rest of the world what the bird has done to her own nest. Oh, cousin, that you did know how many fathom deep I am in love. I cannot be out of the sight of Orlando. I'll go find a shadow and sigh till he comes, and I'll sleep. Not past 2 o'clock? And here, no Orlando. I warned you, he has gone forth to sleep. Oh, look who comes here.
My errand is to see you, fair youth. My gentle Phoebe did bid me give you this. I know not the contents, But judging by the stern brow and waspish action which you did use when she was writing of it, it bears an angry tenor. Pardon me, I'm but a guiltless messenger.
Patience herself would startle at this letter. Why, it's a boisterous and a cruel style. She says I am not fair, that I lack manners. She calls me proud, that she could not love me were man as rare as Phoenix. Odds my will. Why writes she so to me? Why, she defies me. Will you hear the letter?
So please you, for I have not heard it yet.
Why, your Godhead laid apart, do you war with a woman's heart? Did you ever hear such railing? While you taunt me, I did love. How then might your prayer move? He that brings this love to thee little knows this love in me. And did you ever hear such chiding?
While you taught me, I did love. How then might your prayer move? He that brings this love to thee little knows this love in me. By him till all your mind went away. See page 2. Check yes or no. What? By him till all your mind, whether your youth and kind, will the faithful offer take of me and all that I can make, or else by him my love deny, and then I'll study how to die? Call you this chiding?
Oh, alas, poor shepherd. Do you pity him? No, he deserves no pity. Will you love such a woman? Well, then go your way to her, for I see love has made you a tame snake. If say this to her, if she love me, I charge her to love you. If you be a true lover, go.
Good morning to fair one. Pray you if you know where in the purlieus of this forest stands a sheepcote. Fenced about with olive trees.
West of this place, down in the neighbor bottom. The rank of willows by the murmuring stream brings you to the place. But at this hour the house does keep itself, there's none within.
If that and I may profit by the tongue, then should I know you by your description. The boy is fair of female favor, and the woman shorter and beautifuler, more beautiful than her brother. Are you the owner of this house?
We are.
Orlando does commend him to you both, and to that youth he doesn't forecall is Rosalind who sends this bloody napkin. Are you he?
I am. What must we understand by this?
Some of mine shame if you will know of me what kind of man I am, how and why and where this handkerchief was stained.
I pray you tell it.
When last seeing Orlando parted from you, he left a promise to return, and pacing through the forest Lowell fell, under an oak whose boughs were mossed with age, a wretched man lay sleeping on his back, and beside a bush, under which bushes shade, a lioness lay crouching with cat-like watch. At this scene, Orlando did approach and found that the man was his brother, his elder brother. Twice did he turn his back, and he purposed to do so, but kindness, nobler than revenge, made him to give battle to the lioness, who quickly fell before him. During which, from miserable slumber, I awaked.
Are you his brother?
Was it you he rescued?
Was it you that did so oft contrive to kill him?
Twas I, but it's not I. I do not shame to tell you the thing that I was, since my conversion so sweetly tastes, being the thing that I am.
But for the bloody napkin!
Thereupon his arms, the lioness had torn some flesh away, which all this while bled, and now he fainted, and he cried in fainting upon Rosalind. Brief, I recovered him, and after binding up his wound, and after some small space, he sent me hither, stranger as I am, to deliver this story that you might forgive his broken promise, and to give this napkin, dyed in his blood, to that shepherd youth he does his blood call Rosalind.
Danny!
Hey?
It's many will swoon when they do look on blood.
There's more in it, brother. Danny!
Oh, look, your cover's on.
Oh, I would I were at home.
Oh, we'll lead you thither.
You lack a man's heart.
I do so, I confess it. Oh, sir, I pray you, tell your brother how well I counterfeited.
This was not a counterfeit. There is too great of a testimony in your own complexion that this was a passion of earnest.
It was counterfeit, I assure you.
Hailed in take part in a counterfeit to be a man.
Oh, come, you look paler and paler. Pray you draw homewards. Good sir, go with us?
That will I, for I must bear answer back how you forgive my brother, Rosalind.
But I pray you commend my counterfeiting to him.
Okay.
1, 3.
Hey,
We shall find a time. Patience, gentle Audrey.
Faith, the priest was good enough.
Most wicked clergyman, most vile pastor. But, Audrey, there is a youth here in this forest that lays claim to you.
I know who 'tis. He has no interest in me in the world. Here comes the man you mean.
Good evening, Audrey.
God ye good evening, William.
And good evening to you, sir.
Good evening, gentle friend. Cover your head, cover your head. Is your name William?
William, sir.
A fair name. Wast thou born in the forest here?
Aye, sir. I thank God.
Thank God, a good answer. Are you wise?
Aye, sir. I have a pretty wit.
Why, you speak well. I do now remember a saying. The fool does think he is wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool. You do love this maid.
I do, sir.
Give me your hand. Are you learned?
No.
Sir? Learn this of me. You are not he, sir, that must marry this woman. I am. Therefore, you clown, abandon, which is in the vulgar, leave this society, which is in the boorish company of this female, which in the common is woman, which together is abandon the society of this female or clown, you diest. Or to wit, I kill thee, make you poof away, translate your life into death. I will deal in poison with thee, or in bastinado, or in steel. I will kill you in 150 ways. Therefore, clown, tremble and depart.
Do, good William.
God rest you merry, sir.
Trip, Audrey.
so little acquaintance. You should love Aliena and woo, and she should grant.
Neither call into question the giddiness of it, nor the popping of her, but say with me, I love Aliena. Say with her that she loves me. Consent with both. It shall be to your good. For our father's house and all the revenue that was our father's, I will estate upon you, and here live and die a shepherd.
You have my consent. Let your wedding be tomorrow. Thither will I invite the Duchess and her contented followers. Go you and prepare Aliena. Here comes my Rosalind.
God save you, brother.
You there, sister.
Oh, my dear Orlando. Oh, how it grieves me to see you wear your heart in a scarf.
It is my arm.
I thought your heart had been wounded with the claws of a lion.
Wounded it is, but by the eyes of a lady.
Did your brother tell you how I counterfeited to swoon when he showed me your handkerchief?
Aye, and greater wonders than that. For your sister and my brother no sooner met, but they loved, and they built a pair of stairs to marriage. They shall be married tomorrow, and I will invite the Duchess to the nuptial. But oh, how terrible a thing it is to look into happiness through another man's eyes.
Why then tomorrow can I not serve your turn for Rosalind?
I can no longer live by thinking.
I'll weary you then no longer with idle talking. Know of me then, believe then that I can do strange things. If you do love Rosalind, when your brother marries Aliena, you shall marry her. I know into what straits of fortune she is driven, and it is not impossible to me to set her before your eyes tomorrow without any danger.
Do you speak in so many words?
By my life, I do. If you will be married tomorrow, you shall, and to Rosalind, if you will.
You have done me much ungentleness by showing the letter I wrote to you.
It is my study to seem despiteful and ungentle to you. You are there followed by a faithful shepherd. Look upon him, love him, he worships you.
Good shepherd, show this youth what it is to love.
It is to be all made of sighs and tears. It is to be all made of faith and service. And so am I for Phoebe.
And I for Ganymede.
I for Rosalind.
And I for no woman.
It is to be all made of passion, all made of fantasy, and all made of wishes. All adoration, duty, and observance. All humbleness, all patience, and impatience. All purity, all trial, all observance, and so am I for Phoebe.
And I for Ganymede.
And I for Rosalind.
And I for no woman. I pray you no more of this. Tomorrow meet me all together. I will marry you. If ever I marry woman, and I'll be married tomorrow. And I'll satisfy you if ever I satisfy a man, and you shall be married tomorrow. And I'll content you, and you shall be married tomorrow. I have left you commands.
I'll not fail. I will.
Nor I.
Nor I.
And you say you'll have her when I bring her.
That were I, of all kingdoms king.
And you say you'll marry me if I be willing. That will I, should I die the hour after. But if you do refuse to marry me, you'll give yourself to this most faithful shepherd. So is the bargain. And you'll marry her if she will.
Although to have her in death were both one thing.
I have promised to make all this matter even. Keep your word, Phoebe, that you'll marry me or else refusing me to wed this shepherd, and keep your word, Silvius, that you'll marry her if she refuse me. And from hence I go to make these doubts all even.
I sometimes do and sometimes do not.
You know what's funny? I do remember in this shepherd boy some touches of my daughter's favor.
My lady, the first time I met him, I thought he might be brother to your daughter.
Today is the joyful day, Audrey. Today we will be married.
I do desire with all my heart, and I hope it's no dishonest desire to be woman of the world.
There is sure another flood toward, and all these couples are coming to the ark. There's a pair of very strange beasts. Salutation and greeting to you all. Good, my lady, then and welcome. This is a moxley-minded gentleman I so oft met in the forest. He has been a courtier, swears. If any man doubt that, let him put me to my purgation. I have flattered a lady. I have had 3 tailors. I have had 4 quarrels, and I almost fought one. Almost. Okay, and how was that taken up? Faith, we met and found the quarrel was upon the 7th cause. Good, my lady, like this fellow?
I like him very well.
7th cause. How did you find the quarrel upon the 7th cause? Upon a lie 7 times removed. As thus, ma'am, I did dislike the cut of a certain courtier's beard. He sent me word that he was in the mind that it was well cut. This is called the retort courteous. If I sent him word that I was in the mind that it was not well cut, he told me he cut it to please himself only. This is called the quip modest. If again, bless you, it was not well cut, he sent me word that he disabled my judgment. This is called the reply churlish. If again it was not well cut, he would say I lie. This is called the reproof valiant. If again it was not well cut, he would answer, I spake not true. This is called the counter-check, quarrelsome, and so to the lie circumstantial and the lie direct. And can you now say the degrees of the lie? I name you the degrees. First, the retort courteous. Second, quip modest. The third, the reply churlish. Fourth, the reproof valiant. Fifth, counter-check, quarrelsome. The seventh, the lie circumstantial. And the 7th, the lie direct. God bless you, ma'am, I desire you of the like. I press in here amongst the rest of the country copulages to swear and to forswear. A poor virgin, an ill-favored thing, but mine own. Bear your body more seeming, Audrey.
He uses his folly like a stalking horse, and under that he shoots his wits.
For I am yours.
If there be truth in sight, then you are my Rosalind.
And to you I give myself, for I am yours.
If sight and shape be true, why then, my love, adieu. I will not eat my word, now you are mine. Your faith and my fancy to you does combine.
Peace, peace. You and you, no cross shall part. You and you are heart and heart. You to this man's love must accord, or have a lady to your lord. You and you are sure together as winter to foul weather. Oh, my dear niece, welcome you are to me.
Hello? Who's that?
Let me have audience for a word or two. What you got? I'm the servant to your brother. Just hearing how every day people of great work resorted to this place. Travel purposely to find his sister here. How do I say this? Put her to the sword? To the scourge of the flower where he came, but needed an old religious man who was converted from his religious plot and became a monk! Keep Ethan, this crown unto thee, and bring again the lands to all those who are with her exiled. This to be true, I do engage my life.
Welcome, Laveau. You do offer fairly to these brothers' wedding. First, in this forest, let us do those ends that here were well begun. After ever this happy number that endured shrewd days and nights with us, shalt thou share the good of our return fortune. Meantime, forget this new fallen dignity, and fall into our rustic revelry. Play music, and you brides and bridegrooms all, with measures to enjoy, till measures fall.
By my troth, well met. Come, a song. Lost not our time.
By my chalk, yes.
I counted but time was lost to hear such a foolish song. God be with you and God mend your voices.
Rude? Sir, though, by your patience, if I heard you rightly, the Duke, Frederick, has put on a religious life. He has. And just thrown into neglect that of the pompous court. Well, to whom I don't know. From converse there is much to be learned. To you, whom your former honor I bequeath, your patience and your virtue well deserved. To you, to a love that your true faith does merit. To you, to a long and well-deserved bed. And you, to England, for thy loving voyage is but 2 months victuals. Stay, Jacques, stay. So to your pleasures I am for other than jest and measures. Proceed, proceed.
who begin these rites, as we do entrust they will end in true delights.
Of the